Welcome back, everybody. This is Brothermutant here. Today we're going to continue our journey with our main magus Eldritch and our ragtag team of subcasters. Now, if off our last episode, we just started our barony. We are owners, proper baroness, no less. Now we're going to get into that here in a moment, but I wanted to thank you guys for tuning in, and I know that I've been sporadic in my videos, and again, I do apologize for that. There's personal things at home that are happening that are taking more time than I was anticipating. However, I'm back. I'm happy to be back, and this is a nice distraction from the current problems that I got going on in my day-to-day life. Now, we have, as you've seen from the last video that I've posted, however, a video for a different type of caster. That is my Scroll Savant. That's Bookworm. That's in this LP, a mercenary. The last video, though, was her being an actual full-fledged, quote-unquote, player character hero. So she had the full 25 stat point buy versus the 20 that the mercs get. So let's get back to our game and see if we can't get our team up a little more, shall we? Now we have to go back to our original file, because here's Bookworms. That's the solo run I'm doing for her. Eldritch, here we go. Elle's been doing well. I'm having fun with the build. Certainly it's an interesting build. This again is a full 20 Eldritch Scion build, that I put together for myself. Don't know if it's going to be perfect. Don't know if it's going to be amazing. I think it'll be interesting. Certainly won't get as high as 20 unless we really start getting some of those DLCs here soon enough. But she has a team, and her team is good. Her team is great. Bookworm alone is going to add a lot to the potential of this team, and I'm really excited to see what the Grenadier, the Alchemist, can do. He's fun. I must admit, I'm having more fun with him than I thought I would for being a bomber. He is amazing. This guy is got buffs, self-buffs. Now he can buff others. He has bombs that do ridiculous splash damage, perfectly teammate friendly. I have all kinds of fun with this guy. So he's another character that I'm probably going to dip into and see if I can't make it as a solo character. So you may see a video on him before too long. But here's Eldritch. We are back. She has, of course, the Agile Rapier that we got in Chapter 1. This one, remember, allows her with Weapon Finesse to use her Dexterity for damage, if assuming it's higher than Strength. It's not additive, it's whichever is better. Much like Weapon Finesse allows you to use your Dexterity instead of Strength for your melee attack bonus. Same general principle. Again, it's using Dex for damage instead of Strength for damage. Now, if it was both, I could see that being super cool. For those that know a way to do that, let me know. I know agile weapons don't do that, but I think there's a feat that does. I want to say it's Fencing Grace. I could be mistaken. It may not be additive. It may just be just like the agile weapon trait that you're seeing here. I don't know why I'm gesturing to my screen when you can't see it. But the agile trait that you see here gives that ability. So as long as you have Weapon Finesse and can use that weapon, again, your Dexterity, assuming it's higher than your Strength bonus modifier, your Dexterity modifier will be used for damage. Now, there may be a feat that does both. There may be a feat that does just the one. But again, if you know more, feel free to put that in the information down below. We're all trying to learn here. So my character's doing decent. As soon as I can get away from Tartuccio's present, you know I'm going to ditch this piece of shit thing. Everybody's working on getting rings. But we don't have a whole lot going for us here. Remember, the original player characters, teammates, don't have a whole lot in the way of the best gear because I'm hoarding it for my team, as you can see. Some do, and I'm trying my best to try to make sure that they have some stuff on them, because eventually we're going to get called out on it. We're going to need to have gear for these people that doesn't suck, because eventually there's going to be like, oh, I need to do a mission, and they're going to be level 2 or 3, have craptastic stats, have craptastic gear, and I'm going to be like, well, you guys are constantly dying, this was totally worth it. But for now, our subcasters is the team that we want to go. The only ones that are coming with us that are part of the original quote-unquote crew will be the 2 subcasters that are the Inquisitor, Jaethel, who we just got. She's not great, but she finally will join us, thank God. So she's going to have some decent gear hopefully slapped onto her before too long, and that'll get her in fighting form before too long. I'm really excited to see what the Inquisitor could do. I've watched Cole Carnage's LP for like 303 videos. Amazing job he's done on it. And of course he does this professionally. But his main character is an Inquisitor. Now, not this type. This is a generic Inquisitor. He does the Monster Tactician, I want to call it. Again, it's very similar, extremely amazing, and very powerful. Not one that I would try to solo, but you might have some success with it. But she's coming with us so I can see what an Inquisitor can do proper. And of course, Lindsay's coming with us because, Bard, obviously. We love Bards. Bards are awesome. She's got some decent gear on her, obviously, and we want to make sure to keep her in some decent loot. Of course, we have our Tiefling here, and that's our Eldritch Scoundrel. So this will be someone that does some sneak attack damage, spell wizard / sorcerer level spells of 0 all the way up to level 6 eventually. Now, it's not going to be epic like a wizard or like Bookworm, but Bookworm doesn't get sneak attack damage yet. This Bookworm is again, not exactly the one that I showed you in my previous video. Remember, that one I told you specifically that I dipped into Eldritch Archer for this one for reasons that I'll explain later. She will go Scroll Savant at least to level 10, probably level 17, and 3 levels of Eldritch Archer was the goal. One reason for that was because she can wear armor, as you can see, and still cast her wizardly Scroll Savant spells from this and not be impeded in any way. And it's only light armor, but it's still armor. And the Eldritch Archer gives her a few other little fiddly bits, the ability to channel ray beams, specific types of ray beams, through her ranged weapon, whether that be a crossbow, whether that be a bow, whether that be, I think, even a dart. I know it works on a sling staff. I'm assuming it works on any ranged weapon, but obviously we want one that has a good crit range, hence the crossbow here. That's interesting because, again, she's going to have full caster abilities. What I mean is she'll have wizard spells from level 0 all the way to level 9 by the end of this 20 level build. Why is that important? Because some spells are not, while still ray spells, polar ray being a fine example, that does not mean that she'll be able to cast them through her bow or her ranged weapon, let's just say it that way. Only ones that will be able to cast through this, from what I understand, and I've tested this in the past, hopefully it still holds true, is only ray beams that an Eldritch Archer would have had access to. And they only have access to spells level 0 through 6. A couple of those level 6 spells are actually level 7 spells. A fine example I want to say is the Umbral Strike, something like that. It's a cold / negative energy single target beam, really good one. And it's a level 7 spell, if I'm not mistaken, for a wizard or sorcerer. For whatever reason, the devs were kind enough to let the Magus subclasses have access to that as a level 6 spell, which is extremely nice. I wish that they had more melee touch attacks for the other Magus classes, because there's only like a small smattering of those. Let's see, we have Corrosive Touch, which is suck ass, Shocking Grasp, which is amazeballs, Frigid Touch, which is situational but definitely decent. Right out the box, it does exactly the same damage it does when it's level, when you get it to all the way to level 20. So it doesn't get better, doesn't get worse, it's still useful. And it has an effect built into it, which is nice. Then let's see, there's Vampiric Touch. So it's the 4th one. I think that's it, guys. There's 4. So you have 4, one of which is complete crap. So you really only have 3 to pick from. It's not amazing. It's kind of a shame. But it's what we got. It's what we work with. So, it's interesting, but not as interesting as the Eldritch Archer, which is the reason I went this way instead of going Magus or Eldritch Scion or, honestly, Sword Saint. Because Sword Saint level 3 could have been just as decent and could have given me a little bit of armor just because of intelligence. Only 3 points because it's based off of the Sword Saint level, but still better than nothing. Let's see. I'm rambling, and this means it's time to get into the actual game here. But, what to do? I have buffs on me. We have gear. We must be doing what? Trouble, just reward. Nymph suggested the Baroness set off to her chamber. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's naughty times. Prove my worth. I still haven't figured out what other monster Miri's going to want us to kill. Hopefully we'll figure that out. It's probably just like another location like Tuskgutter. Either they'll tell us of the mission, I hope, or it'll, we'll just walk into it, and then Amiri will be standing there, and boom, she'll be like, let's go kick its ass. And, okay, let's do this thing. And of course, this is the tiefling that you meet if you play the game over and start from scratch. You actually meet this tiefling in the tutorial area of the castle. Now she shows up in your barony, and she has a quote-unquote secret mission for you, and all kinds of money and artifacts and shit that you can plunder. She just wants a specific item. So we've yet to do that one, and I'm not in any hurry to do it, so we're going to hold off on that. The kingdom's more important to me. We have to add the outskirts to the barony, so that's a thing, but I'm holding off on that because that takes 14 days. And this one requires your physical presence, which means you will burn up 14 days and you won't get to explore during those 14 days. So whatever you've queued up for the kingdom, whether it's building or missions and stuff, that say, 7 days later, 10 days later, all those stuff will start burning up and random things will start happening, and you can't react to them because you still have to burn all 14 days before it releases you and lets you do something again. So that's kind of annoying, but it's what it is. We have this ancient curse, of course, looming, 41 days, 16 hours. And this one looks scarier than it is as far as day-wise. Should have plenty of potential for you to level up your team, do some missions, get some more XP and a level or two under your belt before you do this curse. So don't freak out too much about this, guys. It is important. It will give you a warning when you get close, so don't even worry about, oh my god, I gotta watch the clock. The only time you have to watch the clock is, again, when we're talking about this one where you burns 14 days. That's a problem, because that's 14 of these days, and before you know it, you're down into like, I only have 20 days left, oh my god. So don't leave this to get to like 14 days and then go do this mission and then go do the curse. Obviously it would be get this one real close to 14 days, complete it, obviously beat it, whatever, and then come back and do this 14-day outskirts. That's my plan anyway. Hopefully that plan works. Hopefully it doesn't screw us up in some way that I haven't seen. We still need to find an advisor for treasurer, and that's kind of annoying. And I know that there's people out in the world that we need to find. I forget. Let's get to the world. Maybe it'll be clear once we get there. Now, the question is, are we going to go meet our nymph for our flesh reward that she promised last time, or are we going to explore? I'm going to explore. We finally have all the people we finally want on the team. So I figure, what the hey, might as well bring him, right? Let's see, so her. Who else am I missing? Brokeborn, there she is. Okay, so the only one in this entire party that actually has or will have full casting ability, okay, what I mean is 0 to 9, is her. Everyone else is a subcaster. He's even worse of a subcaster because he doesn't even get cantrips, which is fine. The bombardiers are great, so he doesn't need more things. But it would have been nice if they gave you a cantrip. Light spell even would have been sweet. Just something, but well, whatever. But yeah, he doesn't get cantrip, so he's a level 1 through 4 or 1 through 6 caster. I can't remember which. I think it's 1 through 6. As a matter of fact, I think all these guys are 1 through 6, because there's full casters 0 through 9. There's subcasters like these ones, which are 0 through 6. Even bards are 0 through 6. There's even lesser casters than that, so these are like 2/3 casters. And there's a third casters, the ones that only go to like 0 to 4 or 1 to 4, like paladin and ranger. So those guys just suck in general. I mean, they have good stuff going for them, but spell-wise, no. But this is our party, and this will be the party from now on, unless we feel the need to pull someone in with us. So let's accept that, and we're going to go exploding, see what we have to do for ourselves. Just a big warning, since I haven't done this in a while for our actual team, and this is the first time I've had to bring Jathel out. This video might be extra long, an hour plus, and I apologize for that. And remember, I've been trying to keep them succinct. I'll fast forward when I can, but by and large, I do want to see this new area. And the downside of this, by the way, is something complaint that I'm sure that many of you probably have that have never done anything past Chapter 2. If you look at your map, okay, here's our area in a nutshell. Okay, if you are in the kingdom, you'll see it say kingdom. The minute you get out of the kingdom, you'll realize that this disappears. So that's your clue whether you're in your quote-unquote domain. So there's that. We are trying to buy the outskirts, which is up here, as you can see highlighted in this, but not really delineated in any real obvious way. Really annoying, which I've mentioned in the past. Now, I've never noticed this little damn icon down there. You can also click this, by the way, and go to your kingdom, yeah, if needed. But basically, this is the homestead, and remember, this was our Stag Lord's fort, and we've beat most of the stuff in here. There's stuff that's missing, as you can see, for those of you that haven't been through this area. I've found it, so obviously it's a perception check. I found it in the past, so I'm not really spoiling a whole lot here. I know that there's like a tree, old tree or something like that over here with a troll fight, which is particularly gnarly. Easy as hell for Bookworm, by the way. When she soloed it, I thought it was hilarious. But I was like level 7 or 8 or something at that point. It was less of a cakewalk. And then there's another one up here that's like another ancient tree or something. So those things are clearly missing. And certainly there's more in here that's missing that I just haven't perceived. You may wonder, where the hell do you go from now? Notice the little exclamation flags on stuff, letting you know that there's missions there or things to do there. More likely than not, this is the outskirts and so on and so forth. I may be missing something else even. Here's the Verdant Chambers. That's where we're supposed to go to meet up with our little nymph buddy. I don't see anything else flagged. Of course, here's Oleg's. So the obvious thing to do at this point would either be go back to Magusdale and do something. Bald Hilltop is not ready yet. That's where the curse will be. Or try to make our way towards Verdant Chambers. So obvious answer is go towards Verdant Chamber. We're not going there, but we'll see shit on the way. Oh, for instance, a ford across Skunk River. Yeah, what the hell? Let's do that thing, huh? See what we got for ourselves. I probably need to make Jathel pick our spell list in case I haven't done it already to make sure to catch that. Okay, so first let's take a look at this. Remember, I am a spontaneous caster as a Eldritch Scion, which is why I love this build. She is a spontaneous caster as well, but cleric style. So hers will be cleric-like spells, not counting her domain, which I think is the undead domain. Let's see if it says that in her. Deity selection, judgment domain selection. Death domain, there it is. Sorry, not undead. Death domain. Ooh, we gotta get her to level 8. You heal damage instead of taking damage from channel negative energy. The channel negative energy targets undead. You heal hit points just like undead in the area. Nice. Sweet. Remember, she is undying or an undead creature, so that gives her a lot of different things. Immunity to bleed, death effects, disease, paralysis, poison, sleep effects, and stunning. The poison will be nice when we have her slapping down things like toxic clouds of gas with her spells, and she can run into the clouds and just melee the shit out of guys that are basically impacted by said cloud, so that's going to come in super handy. And of course, she is technically an elf. Notice elven magic, and I just point this out because caster-wise, there's only a few that I've found races that really scream be a caster. Elven magic is one, so elves obviously are one. Notice how they have a +2 racial bonus to overcome spell resistance. That's basically saying spell penetration +2 is what they're telling me here, built into the character. And yes, you can still stack that with other spell penetration and greater spell penetration. So elves have a better chance to penetrate spell resistance. That's helpful. Everything else is all fiddly, whatever, but that's their useful trait. The other one is a gnome, and they have a bonus for illusion, I want to say. And then there's another one, and I can't remember which one it is, that I want to say that has a bonus to illusion/enchantment. And maybe I got that backwards. Maybe that's a piece of gear, but I could have sworn I saw that the other day on another race, perhaps a tiefling. So those would be the ones that if you really want to specialize in a specific school, check those guys out. And if none of those are appealing, then elf would probably be another good call because of the plus to spell penetration. Excuse me. You wouldn't even have to really invest in it. It's just there, and that's kind of helpful. But can't go wrong with humans. So Bookworm's a human. Let's see here. Maps.
Let us bide our time. You have
She
my
has her
attention.
abilities over there. Remember, she has her judgments, which you can only use one per day, and it lasts for an entire fight. There's a couple of really good ones in here. Just want to point your attention to them. +1 to attack rolls. We have extra damage. We have extra armor class. We have saving throws. Piercing damage. I don't even know what the hell that is. Sacred bonus on concentration checks. Oh, spell resistance. Yeah, there we go. So spell penetration, basically. That's hints piercing. We have healing. This is the one that I really like. You click that one on is if you're taking damage or taking a lot of damage before the fight, click on that bad boy once you start a fight, and you'll watch her tick, 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 tick up. As long as you don't die or get take a critical hit or something, she may even heal herself up completely for a fight. Now, of course, she has some resistance ones, that protect her a little bit, but by and large, it's not amazing at the low levels. But she does have some nice abilities because of that. She can self-heal with inflict wound spells, and inflict potions, and inflict scrolls to heal her proper without her wasting her abilities. Well, I'm going to just at least pop up a bless that comes from my ring. Everybody's a little bit buffed up. I want to have see, I have keen and the shocking ones. It's like a fire, frost, shock, keen. That's these 4 here. Yeah, she doesn't have the extend yet. Right, okay. Yeah, well, yeah, she has lesser restoration. It's been a while since I played this guy. Sorry. I'm trying to refamiliarize myself with my main. So let's channel this way.
I'll go ahead.
You critter. Feel like we should be attacked here at any moment. Oh, there it is. Okay. We'll back up for a second. So we know they're in the area. And it's wolves. Nothing horrible. I do want to buff up a little though. So invisibility. She can light herself up with a light spell. And that's just because I want to be able to pick her out of a crowd. He has a really nice buff in this mutagen. And that bad boy is lasting him 40 minutes, so that's a level 4 character. 10 minutes per. He has the ability to cast Bark Skin on somebody. I'm going to have him do that on Jaethel because she will be able to use some extra protection. And let's take a look at her armor now. Yeah, she's at a 21 now. Not bad. She got chainmail. She's not horrible. I'd rather have her in breastplate, quite frankly. But we're working on that.
And
Lindsay's good, but we're going to slap on heroism on the main. I just like it. And of course, this is our. I'm going to switch these guys around because she's the super weak one. I'm going to put her in the middle. We usually do the the triangle formation. So this is the first character up front. These two will be right behind her, and then these 3 are the back row. I like her in the middle because she is probably the weakest. Yeah, she's definitely the weakest. Well, except in a Jaethel, she's actually doing better than Jaethel. But Jaethel will get there. She's just only level 2. That's her problem. But yeah. Let's see. Mage armor for her. Because remember, this is kind of the weird thing about Eldritch Scion. Remember, they do not have armor. Not that they can't get it. It's just they don't have the ability to wear armor. And then, of course, they take penalties, I think, because of it. If they do slap on armor once they get it. She has armor like proficiency. Why is she not armored up then? I'm confused. Oh, I must have purchased that. Yeah, okay. I purchased that for a feat. And again, she still can't wear light armor because it's an arcane spell failure. So, the next feat that she should get will be the ability to use armor, arcane bonus, where the hell they call it, arcane armor proficiency or some such. And then she'll be able to wear at least light armor and it not impede her spell casting. That's the goal. And that's just because I think she was pretty weak without any kind of armor. She has buffs though, and that's going to be your saving grace right now. I shall not fail. She's buffed herself up with that. We don't need to buff up with protection from arrows, but since this is probably a decent-ish area, I'm going to have Jaethel protected with it. And she's going to cast shield on herself. And might as well have Hurricane Bow. So I don't have to waste
The
spells and
path is
stuff.
clear.
This should do it.
Stay stand with me.
Give me a Mohan. And, attacks, damage, armor. Let's give her some armor. Bookworm is similar enough to my main build and that other that
Strike as one.
I can really rock her and have a good feeling for what she's capable of. I love this little bitty force missile bolt. You know, I built her in the same general way. Ooh, man, it looks like I have a spell slot open up and I didn't even realize that. Why is that? Must have put on a enchanted piece of headgear or some such. Oh, let's see, wizard though, and I'm just adding it real quick, guys, so I don't forget. But yeah, she has doesn't like necromancy and probably divination, I'm guessing. And that only applies to her wizard levels. Magus levels, they could give a rat's ass, so that's nice. Yeah, I like shield spell. Oh wait, I like mage armor, quite frankly. She's not at level 2 casting for any of those. She does have some abilities already slotted in there for me scribing them in, because she can scribe, which is nice. Yeah, she has shielded this one. There we go. Yeah. And then once I get to that 3rd level of Magus, she still won't be able to use any of these. That don't matter, it's because even though this is scribed in here, the reason it's scribed in here is because it scribes in both of them. So once I scribe it, if it's capable of being scribed into her Magus book, then it does so too. So it doubles up on it, which is kind of cool that they even do that. But anyway, back to the damage. He can be doing his bombing fun. Boom. See, I love that guy. And the fact that he doesn't hurt us when he does that makes my day. Now here's Elle. Matilda. I should probably actually swap these guys out, matter of fact, like that. Because I forgot that she was a meleeer. Boom, boom, boom. Nice work, team. Alright. Do a quick save so I don't have to worry about dying.
Tread lightly.
Now, Lindsay, you see her bubble still on, the effect. She has...
What troubles you?
Character sheet. What did I pick up on you, Lindsay? Lingering performance, and that last, was it 3 rounds? 2 rounds after, so 12 seconds after the fight, you'll still see the buff kicking off you. That's kind of nice, because you never know when you're going to walk right into something else and need that extra immediate attack bonus or damage bonus or whatever we're talking about. And it works on any of her songs, from what I understand. Shrooms. And we've already got one fight out of the way over here. Doesn't mean we're not going to come across another. And perception being an important part of the game, we are going to try to spend a little time zipping around. Like I said, I know we revisit locations, but I didn't think that they would dump one on us that quickly. What else? She is wounded, and again, do not heal her with a cure light wound spells. Inflict light wounds, on the other hand, work wonders. So we're going to take one and just make sure to top her off, because I do not want her to be subpar. We want to get her with that to a whopping 3. I want to be able to get her up to level 3 as soon as possible, because she really needs to catch up to the team.
I will grant your request.
I know you will, hon. You're doing great, by the way. Yes, super. Alright, so notice how Eldritch is just the tiniest bit in front. This is a custom
I'll go ahead.
formation. My main character is just the tiniest bit in front. The reason for that is I wanted her to be able to get the attention of bad guys sooner than anyone else. She has the best armor class,
The
or
path
should,
is clear.
because remember, once she dies, the game's over. No, it won't be out. Scum save like crazy, but we're here to fight.
Let's head out.
Point is, though, is since she is the important one, so to speak.
Enemy approaching.
Oh yeah, puppies are all about it. All right, I'm going to put him on autopilot for the bounce, because we're probably taking a knee after these fights anyway, out in the quote-unquote real world. She can autopilot, but I want her to autopilot some real damage. And we're going to have her focus her ray attack, which in this case is called Snowball, through her crossbow. So she should, because of weapons, or sorry, spell strike and spell combat, be able to cast the spell, take out her crossbow, shoot it, and if it hits, it will do snowball damage as well. So significant cold damage added to that bow hit. Lindsay will buff up. That'll be the only thing she can do in this first combat round. She has spells, and then she's done. So let's actually use up a good bouncing spell called Burning Arc. It's a pretty decent one. Again, she's used up all her judgments for the day, only got one. She can buff herself up with Divine Favor, and then I'm going to charge the wolves. Remember, because I have the best armor.
Do not hold back. Yes.
These guys are kind of hanging back for reasons I don't understand. And looks like we have a lockpick opportunity. And again, I should have, I don't know that, but I should have the trickery on the main, and I should have the XP going to whoever does the skill check. So if I want her to level up faster, I want her to do disable traps, and I want her to pick the locks, all that good jazz, because it's good XP. Everybody should have a little bit in that trickery, even if it's a point. She's cruising right along. Hell, she's almost better than I am. Probably because she joined us later. Lindsay's doing great too, and has a subpar trickery. I haven't been investing in it very much. Bookworm does terrible on trickery, but does well on use magic device for obvious reasons. Notice she has scroll focus, that's giving her a +1 right now. He's doing use magic device. He's not horrible at it, and he's pretty decent at trickery as well. Buffed up because of his extra dex, which is nice. And he's doing, oh, he's okay. He's almost ready to level up. So let's actually use him.
I know what to do.
To do that. I'm going to shut off your bomb, sir, for this too. So, I'm doing a quick save just to make sure. Boom. Didn't get any XP from that. Oh, it must have been. Must not have been a lock. Just opened it.
The path is clear.
We got some cool stuff there. No, I think we got a recipe too. Where is that? Galt ragu, huh? Butter, mushrooms, and fowl. It's actually organized this stuff. Does anybody need anything? He's got the really nice savage bow too. I almost forgot about that. Oh, and he's got the Woodlands Aegis. Very nice, very nice. He's basically our new Stag Lord, so to speak.
I've spotted something.
Hey there. Thorax pendant. Those will be things that we can sell to,
I'll go ahead.
They call him the gatekeeper. What the hell is his title? Storyteller? Storyteller, I think, is the guy in our barony that will allow us to sell those things and other items like it, you know, like the dryad thingies and the coins that we find, the Roslandic coins, etc. and so forth. Still haven't figured out what to do with the pelts, so if anyone knows where that's showing up, that'd be nice to know. I carry them and I drop them off in the chest. And, oh, holy cow.
Let's be careful.
Alright, take another quick step.
I will not falter.
Let's see if I can just get their attention, shall we?
Ready for anything?
Anything is possible.
Lindsay, you know what to do.
We should prepare.
You have a magic missile spell that can also
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Ooh, there's an alpha wolf. Alright. I need to be up front. So
A solid plan.
Aggro. I think I'll add a little bit of fire damage to my weapon. And she can Divine Favor herself. Magic missile's going off. I'm going to fire a snowball at probably the wolves. The sooner we kill the regular wolves, the easier it'll be for us to kill the alpha. Is the goal here. Oh, tripping these bastards. Oh, you cheating bastards. Come on, guys. Carry the team.
Can't be over.
Almost gone. Come on, guys. Son of a bitch. Those bombs are pretty much carrying our team right now. I hate to say it.
I am
But he
prepared.
really is the main man here. Well, we got... Alright, now, Alpha Wolf, we can skin these things. I don't know if the Alpha Wolf gets us a better pelt. Because we have wolf pelts. It might just be a regular one. But
Adventures
Lindsay
call
has
to
this
battle.
ability here. And that bumps our skinning chances, so. Ooh, I saw something up here glowing. Is that ring of protection +1? I believe it is, sir. Alright, I have mine. She has hers. Everybody here. Ooh, Lindsay doesn't. She doesn't. Ooh, alright. You have a ring of protection, dear heart, because you need it. Lindsay needs it too, sure, but Lindsay can wear some decent armor, so I'm not worried about that so much. Yeah. And we're wounded, so I should be considering this.
Time's
From
not
all
waiting.
angles. Do we have a healer? We do have a healer. Cure moderate on me. Remember, don't heal her. Heal me again. She... Oh, where are they? No. There we go. Okay. She's wounded, so we use the belt. Okay. Quick save.
The path is clear.
Well, what have we missed? It doesn't look like we can get down in this area. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it's down this way. Oop. Can get down as low as here. Can't get over here. It makes us come to this edge of the water. So clearly we can't get to whatever the hell this is. And probably I'm guessing the same for over here. Yeah, well, we can get a little over here. Might as well explore this here. Make sure there's not something on the ground. You never know when we're going to get some kick-ass piece of gear.
I see something.
Oh, case in point. A shard of Knight's bracers. Why, thank you, buddy. I am so glad. Alright, we're bouncing out of the area. Sippy sip of the wakey juice of coffee. We did okay. Wasn't amazing. And as you can see, we are subpar. We don't have our best fighters. We don't have a good tank. I mean, I'm decent, but I'm not the best. So, we need to rest. Let's take a step this direction. Ooh, wait a minute, let's go back. Sorry, I didn't see that there was a path down. Okay. Ooh, a rune watchtower just showed up. I don't think I saw that before. In a Candlemere Tower? That looks dangerous. Anyway, I was telling you guys earlier, how do you know where to go? Right? Well, obviously, as things show up, that's a thing. But other is, you know, we don't have to go to these places. The trick is, some areas are like so incredibly tough, it's dangerous. Like, for instance, I've come over here once before, just seeing how far I could push my luck, and just went, and I didn't take too terribly long until I got swiped by a double manticore hidden monster attack, you know, surprise monster, and I was all pissed off. Ooh, Bandicam. Jesus Christ, we're finding all kinds of shit. Overgrown pool.
Rest. We'll see.
It's okay. We still have spells. I'm not particularly worried about the fact that we're subpar. As long as it's not a huge fight, like retarded trolls or something, because they do exist in this game. Oh, and they're mean. So we're not ready for that yet. But we're getting there.
Can you make an epic pose? I need
Yeah, this
inspiration.
is just a regular fight. We'll put these guys on autopilot for bombing. He'll do fine. She can do magic missiles. Lindsay will buff up, and that'll be really enough to carry the team at this point. She knows what she's doing. I know what I'm doing.
I require healing. Learn from my mistake.
Oh, what the hell just happened to me?
Strike as one.
Well, I think I lied. Load game. That was clearly gnarly. That was unanticipatedly damaging. They had more guys over there than I saw in the original. So they have clearly bandits. We have archers. My guy went down super fast. That wasn't cool at all. Let's pop up a shield spell. That'll go a long way to help me out. Jaethel can run interference, I guess, since she's out of spells. She can do a... no, yeah, let's have her run it too. She does decent damage, and she's got an okay armor. Lindsay.
Wretched things.
Alright, armor. What bound at midnight?
I require healing. Learn from my mistake.
This should do it.
I require healing.
Alright, what can we do here to make this work? You need to die. The sooner we take out one of them, the sooner we take out all of them.
Despicable. This can't be over. Forward.
Get him ready to do your thing. Alright, bomber.
Serves you right.
Stop power.
Taking you out of our store.
There we go. Still they can do this. Wow, that was some nasty damage. Those are like some crack shooting bastards. Alright, my team, get up, you bunch up bums. Of course, Midnight Bomber fell. Well, at least we get some gear. I think. Yay, us, I guess.
I'll go ahead.
Was this an area, or was this just a... Yeah, this was just a... We stumbled into there. Fighting. Although, I think the other day, now that I think about it...
I spotted something.
Yeah! The other day I ran into something that just had like random loot in it.
The path is clear.
So we're going to check the area out. Just to be thorough. Alright, so we got some masterwork weapons. Let's make sure everybody's got stuff that makes sense for them. She's fine. Although I do need to give her a ranged ability. Let's give her a masterwork light crossbow, just in the off chance she needs to start shooting from distance to keep some distance from the bad guys. She's doing okay. She's doing fine. She's fine. He's amazing. So, I think that's good. Was there gear that needed to go on people? No. She can wear it, but again, she has that arcane spell failure problem currently. She's fine, and when we find her a breastplate, we'll swap her out. And I'm wearing magic gear, so I'm good. Okay. What the hell was that? Oh, crowbar. Yeah. Alright. We're bouncing out of here, and we're definitely taking a knee. Shouldn't have pushed my luck. That was my own fault. So, if I was smarter, I would have rested as soon as we came out of that last fight. We would have got our spells back. We would have healed up a bit. So, we go, yep. Need to manage this for the first time. We're definitely using rations. I'm good at basically cooking. She's good at hunting. Well, camouflage. She's definitely doing camouflage. I don't care what you say. But I'm the cook. Lindsay's good at... Hell yeah. Good job, Lindsay. Bookworm. Watch order. He is actually a surprisingly good hunter. I'm cool with that. Can we make any of these things yet? No, we use up all that stuff every chance we get. We're using rations and we're using healing spells and abilities to make sure that we heal up faster so we don't have to rest longer. Use rations is so that we'll use 6 of these if we have to. Keeps us our time limit down so that we're not spending forever hunting to feed the party. That's the reason for using rations. Plus it makes us lighter. Yeah, see, we'll burn up 4. Alrighty. Now, we have a ruined watchtower, it looks like. A bandit camp, an overgrown pool. Again, we don't need to do Bald Hilltop yet. Let's do... Watchtower, bandit camp. I almost want to go across here and backpedal. We're going to have to go back before too long. Anyway, let's do this overgrown pool, see what it has to offer. Just a quick deviation to connect the roads, so to speak. Okay, overgrown pool. I know I've done this on my solo build, so this is not that this is all new to me or anything. I'm just trying to remember which each location has to offer. I know that the ruined temple, or what's this called? Outpost. Is a big area. So that's clearly going to be a fight for another day because we know it's a big area. Plus I'm not fully healed, as you can see.
You have my attention.
Oh, she is going to heal up. Do it again. Yes, she has no spells, but I don't care. I'd rather her be full. He has the ability to heal her and me. And he is only a sub healer. Same with Lindsay, she has that ability as well too. We're not going to try to burn them all up, but I don't like going into an area of being subpar if I can help it. Lindsay, why don't you buff us up for at least some heroism if you would, hun? Just for the front 2 of us. Alright, let's do a quick save. Look at our area. Alright, we got loot. Gotta love that. Oh, is that herbs? That's herbs. Tight. We need to make sure we find those chests if we find more of them. We already got 3 of those things. That's pretty sweet. Okay. I hear noise. I hear people. Number man.
I'll go
Let's
ahead.
avoid that for a second. I want to explore the area just a little bit more before we get into an obvious fight. And this heroism lasts for a decent amount of time. Matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, let's bless up. Shield spell for me. She has some long-term buffs for herself. We do want to protect Jathan.
Anything is possible.
I will not
She's keeping
falter.
hers. Let's have you do... What, evil or chaos? Let's do chaos on Jathan. Okay.
Ready for
And-
anything.
Yeah, he definitely wants his dex bump. Let's get Barkskin on her because that lasts a decent amount of time as well. Yeah, 40 minutes. I'll take it then. That comes from not him. That comes from his bow, if I'm not no, his leather armor that we got from the Stagler. That's an amazing little kit of stuff that you get. You can really pimp out, thanks to the Staglord, one character that's reasonably armored up that has some decent abilities. Run away, run away. Oh, they're green, so they're friendlies. We'll come back to them. Oh, we're going this way. Oh, shit. Halt.
Tread lightly.
Okay. I'll see how we got this.
No mistakes.
He's on bombs. Well, let's have you slap your shield spell on Jathan. I love that he can cast that on other people. That's just amazing. She's weak, so
Request.
it's not going to last her long, but that really does pump her at a nice level. Touch attack, she's screwed, but these wolves, I'm not worried about
Our
that.
duty calls.
She's doing okay. I'm going to activate our flaming weapon. That lasts for only a minute. And she definitely wants to get her mirror image out. Okay.
Share your
Jaethal will
will.
use one of these
We
judgments.
should prepare.
Not sure which one yet. She can volley, and I might want to do that like immediately with something like magic missile, because that's some really nice volleying. Like that. These ones I think can sneak attack. I don't think you can get sneak attack off of these ones. I could be mistaken, but they don't have a to hit check, so maybe that's why I think that. I could
I
just
will
be
see
completely
this through.
wrong. She, I'm gonna hold that off. Mage armor. She needs that. Nice, nice. Got herself some protection. And he's doing
Time's not
okay. Bomber's Eye. I hope that works. Let's do that.
Let us be careful.
This should do it.
Alright, you, madam, are going to...
I
you
shall
are going
not
to,
fail.
Burning Arc, because it'll bounce hopefully between Direwolf and at least one more puppy.
Our
You
time has come.
can magic missile that little jackass.
And
Lindsay,
Lindsay
buff
was
us up.
called for.
I know what to
He's
do.
got his bombs on auto.
I shall not fail.
I will also do magic missile, because why the hell not?
Stand with you.
Come on, take it.
Onward.
Not bad. Nice work, too.
How curious.
Sick. Ooh, wow, that's money. 286 gold pieces. What? So we got some loot up here. Check out this first. What's that? Oh, hell yeah. Token of the Dryad. Alright, let's see what these lumbermen are up to. Korax. Bewitched lumbermen. Oh, okay. Hey, buddy. Korax, a group of hardy men with axes, most likely lumberjacks, are menacing a fragile Nixie. Oh, there she is. Two lumberjacks stand before her, relaxed and disconnected. The lead lumberjack shakes his fist at the Nixie and yells, "Let them go, you swamp freak. If you don't, I'll burn this rock and go to the ground on my word." Milliance. That must be the Nixie. "You're the freak. My name is Milliance, thank you very much. If you keep being rude like this, I'll just drown these jumbos in the lake, understand?" Bitch. Korax says, noticing you, the lead lumberjack grins and waves. "You there? You seem a capable sort. Interested in some coin? Name's Korax. We're loggers here in this forest. We could use your help in freeing our boys from this Gorgon's claws." "We should help her. No, them. I don't know. Why can't people in Fae live in peace?" Oh, yeah, she's Fae. That's right. The Nixie has better chances at winning. Jaethal taps her chin and mews. "Let's find out if I'm right." "Now, come on now, Jaethal. Don't be a bitch. What's going on here? We were minding our own business, cutting trees and splitting logs, when this hag shows up out of nowhere, screeches at us, then jinxes two of our lads and threatens to drown them. With these Fae breeding like rabbits everywhere, what's an honest, hard-working man to do?" "Stupid Jumbo. You're the ones who breed like rabbits, spreading into more and more space. We've lived here since forever. I've grown these trees for more than 100 years, know them down to the tiniest leaf, and then you show up with your stupid axes and ruin everything." Okay, so we have choices here. So we got chaotic, good, or neutral. None of those sound like decent options. Neutral is just leave. I have no interest in quarrel. Fuck off, basically. Solve the problem with force. Means obviously I think we fight them. Try to reason with the loggers. Chaotic good. Let them go, Millians. These people have families. I guess we'll do chaotic good. Let them go, Millians. These people have families. You wish. As soon as I let them go, the whole lot of them will attack. If these goons want to go home to their stupid families, they're going to have to promise to steer clear of my grove first. Okay, sounds like we're reasoning with the loggers. Listen to me, guys. Loggers exchange lances, holding their hand on their axes. Oh, shit. We got lawful neutral, so we got an intimidate check, and I have an 11 to my ability to intimidate, so that means I need an 11 or greater, so that's a 50-50 chance. That's not horrible. Diplomacy, same, and knowledge is not the best. I wonder if I do one if I can't do the other, so let's pick knowledge first. The forest is big. I'm sure you can find other trees to fell. This is true. I need a 12 or greater. Come on, 12 or greater. Yeah, success. Nice. You tell the lumberjacks about a nearby grove where fine trees grow and no fae have taken up residence. Alright. It's not like we were dead set on this grove in the first place. She gives us back our lads. We'll leave the place in peace, on my word. Alright, Melians, they'll leave this place and never return. Please release the hostages now. Oh, sure. And who's going to bring back my trees then? They come in here, smash everything in sight, and then just leave? No deal. Fix what you broke, and then maybe I'll let them go. How the fuck are we supposed to do that? Yeah, how are we supposed to restore... Wait. Like an intimidator. Nah, I don't want to do that. How are we supposed to restore a tree that's already been cut down? You humans are always like this. Destroy, destroy, destroy. And then when it's time to clean up your mess, poof, gone. Fine. Then since you're clearly clueless, I'll tell you what to do. There are these magic thingies that look like little feathers. The feather tokens. Okay. Throw one on the ground anywhere and a tree springs up. Your people's mages who tread the swamps more often than the others. They can make them. Buying a couple won't break your bank. My cousin Teresia can also make them. She lives in gnarled marches. Either way, you bring a handful of them back here. I'll let your goons go. Okay, so we got the force thing still. Intimidator. We can now diplomatically try to influence the... What do you call this? Guys, lumberjacks. Basically telling them to pay for their mistake. And we can go get them for him. Fuck it, we'll go get them for him. They'll give us a mission. Screw it. Alright, so we're doing it. They'll be waiting right here. It's not like they have anything else to do, right, boys? The Nixie chuckles as she tussles one of the lumberjack's hair. He smiles up at her faithfully. Yeah, these guys are fucked. Alright, well, that's our mission now. Feather tokens. Alright. Oh, where's the exit? Up here. Well, this video's definitely gone on long enough. My name is Brothermutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think so far. We're having fun. New stuff happening all the time. Let's take a quick look at the step overland map. See if we figure out where these feather tokens are. Maybe something's on our map now. And we'll take a look at our characters. See how much XP we need before somebody levels up here before too long. So let's do that real quick. I'm a ways away. Jathel is still a ways away. Yeah. Working at it. She's pretty close. He's super close, man. It'd be really nice to get him up there. Oh, let's see. The Abbreviated Camp, the Rune Watchtower, the Verdant Chambers, those are always still here. Same with the Candlemere Tower. Bald Hilltop, that's later. Yeah, we have no idea where to find these damn feathers. So that's not going to be the next mission. It'll just be something we have to hope that we stumble across. Maybe the bandit camp has them. Who the hell knows? But with that, my name is Brothermutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.